handful of War of the Sword and Serpent. This is a Patreon exclusive game, and the players in it are going to be shaping a little bit of history, which has kind of remained a bit nebulous in the past for my campaign setting. So, helping me out and getting to do some dynamic nonsense in the process. All of this talk of not D&D has moved me away from what I had written. I'm back to it. That's fine. So, the War of the Sword and Serpent is a conflict that happened many, many centuries ago, millennia even ago, from the current timelines of my normal games. In that conflict, dragons fought elves, and the elves won out over dragons, taking the Great Worms of Power, who ruled on a council of worms in a place known as Seosade, and basically banished them from that position, killed a few, bound some to the ground beneath, where they were basically put into suspension, not allowed to exit again. The elves then retreated from the world after that conflict, and entered into the Feywild, or Shazos, to allow for other mortal races, mainly humans, to make of the world something of their own, as they did great work in the conflict, in the War of Sword and Serpent. The term Aetan tradition has come up in the past a couple of times, and that tradition was formed in the war. That said, this group of individuals is in the earlier days of the war, but for the lifespans of elves and dragons, the earlier days of the war means the first couple of 100 years of the conflict. It has been raging for humankind for what seems like eternity. Lifetimes have passed. But the way that the organizational structure, if you will, of the elves, they aren't a very lawful lot, and they don't like binding people to rules and strictures. So how this works is the Council of Altamera, the kingdom that spreads across the entirety of the continent of ENA, has allowed for shards to splinter away from Altamera, removing themselves from the grouping of elvish society and allowing them to act clandestinely towards their own ends in conflicts against the dragon. And the dragon is very much the same way. The serpent does not follow one set of strictures either. There are some lawful aspects of dragonkind, specifically metallic dragons, such as the gold and silver, and I believe a couple of the chromatic dragons also have a more lawful bend as well. But they don't typically work well together, and the same is true for elves, although there's definitely a less self-serving nature on the elf side. Elves all want the same thing, whereas dragons all want different things isolated amongst one another. So these shards are basically risen up to fight against specific dragons, in essence, and deal with them specifically, allowing areas to be freed of the effective tyranny, because the dragons do want one thing, and that's subservience, and halt that from happening. So this group has been compiled together. They have been placed under the express command of Lady Meluriel Arisnodal of the Ellenshay Shard. They serve at her direct pleasure, and she has been granted the title of War Maiden by the Sidereal Council of Altamera. They will fight for the freedoms of all peoples and the nobility of mortality, unbound by the shackles and leashes held by the dragons, specifically in the region that is known today as Rostagar Kingdom, but in this age is known as Marcheshvan, and it is not a kingdom. They have been assigned by Lady Arisnodal to board a ship called the Grand Rambler, captained by an individual named Mort Novinger. They have set sail at this point from Marcheshman and are heading for the Shattered Coast to free up shipping lines between the city of Marcheshman and the goblin whalers known as the Salty Skullkin, who have a number of towns and islands kind of built into the islands and shoals within the Shattered Coast. It getting its name because of its just jagged nature. Plenty of different islands, and if you've paid attention to our sessions before, you'll know that the Shattered Coast is where the now rulers of Rostagar kind of come from. The goblins here are the goblins there, just removed by time. The Pirates of Ishwinder are the names of the servants of the Serpent who have taken root in the passages, islands, and the like, and have forced the goblins to serve them instead of trade freely with Marcheshvan, a city of elves. There are dragons that have been sighted and are said to wander the skies in these parts. But the Grand Rambler has an illusion spell placed upon it, so if you are above the top mast and you look down at the ship, it looks like nothing more than the waves around it. The Ishwinder, they are also known to have local shark folk serving them and attacking ships from beneath the waves, making for very potent ambushes for these ships just trying to trade in these areas. It's said that the pirates have an item called the Fang of Zariel that gives them power over the shark folk by some means or another. The mission of the Shard here is to recover the Fang and destroy it or just bring it back. Again, at the advisement of the group upon receiving it or getting close to it. And as a side portion of this mission, kill the captain of the Pirates of Ishwinder if they're capable of doing so. He is said to rest among a fleet of pirate ships on a gathering of wrecked ships on a shoal known as the Rat King. And your ship would be traveling later in the day, and the captain, Novinger, would tell you at this point that you're very close to where you need to go, but with the known presence of the pirate ships ahead, he has basically commanded his crew to maneuver the ship towards a small outcropping in a kind of landmass, more just jagged rocks, where he knows that he can hide his craft. He has offered you 2 of his 4 rowing boats aboard his vessel for you to maneuver by way of night towards the Rat King. At your pleasure. I'm going to go ahead and move us to quote-unquote battle map. It's not really a battle map. And you just go ahead and tell me as you talk amongst yourselves what you plan to do and what you need to do to prepare for this this mission.
Is the War Maiden with us, or are we just like serving?
The last time you saw her would have been in Marcheshvan.
Okay, so she's not here. Then yeah, Minras is just going to be, kind of going over the 2 boats that are going to be at our disposal, making sure everything's good. We got everything we need. Yeah, that's it for him.
Okay.
He's just double checking, making sure everything's where it needs to be.
Do you have vehicles water trained or survival?
I don't think I got vehicles land. Yeah, land vehicles and not survival.
Okay, so you have an idea that they're pretty sturdy crafts, but whether they are seaworthy or not, you are unsure. It's not your expertise. Based on your knowledge of land vehicles, though, it does look like you could capably fit anywhere between 4 and 8 people in one rowboat. So it may not be necessary to take both.
Can we ask the captain, since he's pretty familiar with the sea and the coast here, does he know what the enemy captain that we're looking for? Does he have any distinguishable marks, or what does he look like?
The captain, plucky half-elf, kind of looks to you and says, "Oh, Lady Aristotle did not tell you about the Red Scar? Yes, he is a blue dragonborn who rules over the Ishwindir here. His name is Ishwinder. That's where they get their name from. But most call him either Red Eye or Red Scar. His scales are kind of distorted by an old wound. I heard tale that one of the mages of the Savarias threw an orb of acid into his face. The sailor behind him says, "No, that's not it at all. His face was pushed into a dwarven forge and forced to cook upon it." And then another sailor says, "That's not it at all. He just got cut up a little bit, fighting." They all seem to have different stories as to how Red Eye got his nickname.
Blue Dragonborn with a red eye.
Kind of like red scars over his eye.
Like,
Yeah.
all right, that's perfect. It'll be easy to spot then.
Minras looks around. He realizes we don't really have any, in mechanical terms, no dedicated healers. And I'm assuming nobody is strapped with potions. So he's going to ask the captain if they have any potions.
I don't suggest sticking around long enough to require quaffing a potion. If you do, it's most likely the case that you'll be imprisoned and probably put before the blue dragon of the Isles. I would advise that if you hear the dragon horn blow, you should leave within a minute's time of hearing the sound of that siren, because the dragons do move pretty quick in these parts, and I do believe that if you aren't in the shadows upon your boat and heading back this way, you'll be forfeit. And if you do not arrive by dusk tomorrow, if you are leaving tonight, I will be on my way back to Marcheshvan to report your failure.
Leaving without you.
I see. So, out of character, it's going to be one of those quiet in and out missions, ideally.
Yeah. The thing that you want to take mainly from what he just said was, if you hear a dragon horn, you have 1 minute, 10 rounds to get to the boat and out. And that is mechanical. That is a mechanical thing you need to keep in mind.
Are we assuming, or do we know that the shard we're looking for is on the person of the captain? Does he carry it with him, or would it be in his quarters? Do we have any idea?
I am not 100% certain where the Fang will be located, but it would be best to presume that he would have it, or he would have it somewhere where he and he alone would know its presence. From what I understand of the Rat King, I've never seen it, but I do have descriptions of some who have passed through the ports in Marcheshvan, and who have been ransomed back to us. That it is about 5 or 6 ships, all kind of placed together at their rears, and the center portion has kind of been built up into a hall, a drinking hall of sorts. The exteriors of the ships are broken up. There is a small port that allows access for tinier ships, but the broken up nature of the ship allows different points of access, I would assume, than just the front door. I suppose if you're under cover of night, it will be hard for them to see you out and about, traveling in the dark, especially if you are wise about how you maneuver. And you might be able to get a foray on the exterior to see what you're looking at, and maybe select your point of entry at that point. But since they don't know you're coming, there's really no stress on time, other than I would rather not linger here for very long. The shark folk are notorious in these parts, and me and mine are not terribly capable at fending them off. Outrunning them, sure. Fighting them, no.
So the Ishwinder, his ship, is it like docked at this pirate cove at the Rat King, or?
I do not believe he has a ship of his own. He rules from the Rat King, but I think that he simply usurps whoever's ruling body is on a ship when he seeks to set sail.
All right. I think we should try to deduce, under cover of night, which quarters are his in the Rat King, and go from there. I assume he would keep the shard in the most secure place, if not on his person.
Seems like a wise plan. What time of day is it, John?
So it's probably about mid-afternoon, kind of getting towards evening. It's that, like I said last night, it's that lovely 4 or 5 p.m. time where the sun's right in your eyes when you're trying to drive home.
Okay, so which is a good time for us to sort of approach unseen, yeah?
Yeah, by the time you get over that way, it will turn to dark, and then you will be traveling in night starlight. And most of you, some of you, should have no problem with that.
Sure. Tully would say, well, best to be prepared then. And she steps over to Jub Jub and pulls out two mugs and pours something from a cask that she has, and she says, "A drink to our victory, my friend."
Yes. And I take it and throw it back.
You like the drink, and so she pours him another.
You might as well just give me the cask.
Oh boy.
Minras watches them, and despite his normal stern demeanor, he smiles by himself.
Okay. So, as mentioned, he will afford you 2 longboats if it's your desire to have 2. But if you only want the one, that's fine as well. How many longboats would you like to take? They're not terribly long boats, maybe 10 feet long or so. How many of the rowboats, rather, would you like to take?
Is he giving us a sailor to pilot these for us, or do we have to row them ourselves?
He looks over at Jub. He looks back to you. You should be okay.
I make boat go fast.
I make boat go fast.
So we could
please.
use one boat just for like the ease of transport, or we could do 2 boats in case we want to kind of double up in case something happens to one of them.
Yeah, let's tow the second one behind us. Worst case scenario, we can use it as a backup, or we could potentially use it as a distraction. Set it ablaze or put a lantern on it and kind of kick it the other way. I don't think Jub will have much trouble rowing with 2 boats, like one towed behind us. He's a big boy.
I would not suggest trying to use a diversionary tactic like you just mentioned. Their response will be blowing the horn.
No, I mean only if we're escaping and we need a diversion. That won't be our It's a last resort.
Apologies for...
That's not the plan.
You are servants of the Lady Aristotle. You of course know what you're doing. You've been put to this task for a purpose. I am sorry. I did not mean to insult. It sounded like he didn't want you to take the second boat. But at the same time, he's obviously under orders here. So you're taking 2 crafts, is that right?
Yes.
And then all aboard one, and you're pulling along the other one?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else that you all want to do before you set sail? Or set row?
I just want to make sure that we know we're not putting any lanterns or lights on this boat. The idea is to approach stealthily. I know most of us can probably see in the dark well enough. I don't think our rower can, but we can direct him. All he has to do is row.
Okay. Anybody? Last call? Okay. If nothing, you start rowing the boat after having it lowered down into the water and move out and about. About an hour or so passes and the light changes pretty dramatically. The air is a bit more chill at this point, and you are familiar that the current season is kind of late autumn into early winter. So a bit chill. But most of you are fine with this and have already dressed in, complementary clothing. As you...
One,
Go ahead.
just real quick. Basically, as soon as he gets on the boat, Minros is going to put the hood of his cloak up.
Okay. And if I understand you correctly, that means you kind of blend in with the ship at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That said, you set to rowing. For the most part, you're able to kind of row, pretty easily enough. The waters are not too uncalm, but as light kind of fades away, well off in the distance, you can kind of see like a grouping of ships. You're too far out for them to see you, you're sure, but because of the number that you're seeing here, you can see them. It looks like there's probably no less than 24 crafts that are just kind of floating about, some good distance away from one another, some kind of close to each other. But it looks like this is the fleet of pirate ships that was mentioned in the prologue there. As darkness comes down, I will require a roll from everybody, and the rolls I will require have already been predetermined. So I need stealth rolls from Minros and from oh my god, my brain, Corfax. I need an athletics roll from Jub Jub, and I need a perception roll from Tully.
Sweet.
So first things first.
On this one.
First things first. I want Tully's roll first.
So Tully rolled an 8.
Okay. So for the duration of the stealthing, and I don't think it'll matter too much, you have disadvantage on your stealth rolls.
Tully does?
No, the other people in this group.
Okay.
So that said, what is your stealth roll with disadvantage, Corfax?
31.
And what? I don't see your roll, Chad.
Dude, why do you have a plus 22?
What is your?
Jonathan, I'm a ghost, pretty much. I've been blessed
Yeah.
by the lady, by the ghost lady.
He selected
Insane.
the wraith.
Look at his. The bonus is plus 22, Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
So, Chad, I can't see your roll if you rolled one.
No, I haven't rolled yet.
Go ahead and throw it.
I have advantage, but now I'm making it with disadvantage, so it's just going to be regular.
Right, but real quick, you don't have advantage for this roll because it has nothing to do with you hiding. It has to do with the ship hiding. So you're just going
I
to
gotcha.
roll disadvantage. 15. And then, Jub Jub, you have disadvantage as well because you're dragging a whole second boat.
Yes, 27.
Okay. So, by sheer power of Corfax and Jub Jub, the two power structures here in this group, your group is able to make it into the darkness and move and maneuver with Tully's very late calls as to, oh god, there's a ship right there. And Corfax is kind of like, and like shadows seem to kind of cling to the craft as it kind of maneuvers this way. And Jub Jub looks to Corfax, who he can just barely see, just the eyes kind of white glowing in the darkness, kind of pointing in the direction. And Jub Jub, kind of shifting his positioning and kind of gearing to it. Every so often, Corfax, you're kind of, master of stealth, perfect. And before you let out a call that you're about to kind of release out of your voice, this young high elf kind of speaks up and says, exactly what you were going to say. And you're kind of like, a child of darkness as well. As the ship kind of meanders beyond the outside ships, covered with just perfect darkness, you see up ahead the kind of wall of ships. There appear to be 3 that you can see up front, with lights kind of glowing out of some of them. Let me change the music real quick. Hold on. And bink. Lights glowing out of some of them. You can see that there are breaks in the hull, kind of open air, kind of like balconies made from where you presume ballista shots were kind of detonated through the sides of these crafts. Most of these ships look like they were some type of merchant vessel, and they've all been kind of pulled to the shoals in this way to create this Rat King. That said, the 3 openings that you can see from this distance ahead of you, they do appear to be, only one of them has light coming from it. And if you look long enough, you can see that there does appear to be some movement in that light. You think there might be a couple of smaller sized creatures kind of sitting at a table, and your knowledge of the armies of the Serpent, it's not unlikely that those smaller creatures are kobolds.
So how many darker openings are there?
2.
I think we should head for the darker opening furthest away from the light opening.
You are approaching the Rat King at this point on the northern side. You do have the liberty to swing around to the southern side and investigate it as well. Again, your rolls in the stealth and your effectiveness on the skill challenge was precise enough you can get a full circumnavigation if you desire it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's check all angles. Make sure, like, if the southern side has lights, maybe you can give us more clues or something.
Yeah, if we have the luxury of scoping out the whole area, yeah.
The southern side does have lights. You see another one of the fronts of the ship that has a very similar look to the one that had two people in it, or two kobolds in it. And it does look like that's probably an identical or close to mirroring of that other side of the structure. Then there appears to be one that has no movement whatsoever, and you can make out in the large-sized hole that's on this side. It's one of the bigger holes. That it appears that there's a door kind of on a wall that looks like it's been built entirely whole cloth, separate from the ships, but it looks like it was built out of parts of ships, and the door looks like it was basically kind of put into that position. It has a very just kind of thrown together look. You can see the different colors of different wood that have been kind of just bolted and slammed together. And then the last of these, it looks like there are a number of kegs kind of set next to a table, and from what you can tell, an unconscious kobold kind of laying like this on the bench, the table there. But yeah, so starting from 12 o'clock and moving around to whatever that would be. 12 o'clock is completely dark. 3 o'clock is two kobolds. So, well, not 3 o'clock, sorry. Like 1 o'clock would be two kobolds. 3 o'clock would be a small pier with a rowboat next to it. 4 or 5 o'clock would be the sleeping kobold with the kegs. Directly 6 o'clock is the empty one, which you can see into because there's a massive hole. 7 o'clock would be the two kobolds, mirroring the one opposite it in the top left corner, and the I guess 10 o'clock would be completely dark.
Okay, so which cardinal direction is the side that is closest to our of the ship that we left?
North. You came from the north.
Okay, so I think we should probably stash the extra boat there.
There
We should
is.
stash the extra boat on the near side, and
Well-
then we might be able to find somewhere on the far side that we can get in safely unnoticed.
Let me interject. So about 20 or 30 feet away from the north side, there are a couple of rocks that look like they're kind of a outcropping of the rocks from the front. It does look like there's already a broken up ship near there. Like just one that looks like it's kind of crashed against the rocks and kind of held on, kind of being swayed back and forth by the waves. So that might serve to kind of position your boat there.
Yeah, we can stash the backup there. That way, if we're like something happens to this one, it gets destroyed or something in a chaos if that ensues.
Yeah, because
we'll
like
know.
if they blow the horn, we don't want to take the long route out.
Yeah, that makes sense, and it'll give us a bit more maneuverability with just one boat if we need it. So you said there's one of the places had a giant hole. Was that in like the side of the ship or like at the bottom of the ship?
So what I'm going to do is, since you've kind of moved to a position and are kind of placing stuff, I'm going to throw you on the battle map. I'm going to hope this works. It does. So you should be able to see yourself on the top of the map there, yeah?
I just see blackness, but on my token.
Oh, okay. There's no light, so you wouldn't be able to see
I
it.
don't even.
I have goggles of night
Okay.
just as an FYI.
Oh, did not know that. Hold on. What'd you say, Chad?
I don't see my token
Okay, hold on.
or anything.
So, you should be
Perfect.
fixed with the goggles.
Yep.
And you should be fixed with the sight up in the north.
Yep, I see just fine.
And I don't know why I just tried to call you Jub. Jub. turn those bees like this. It might be because you wanted the cask. But that said, you can kind of see what I was talking about there, the rock-wise. There is no light for Jub Jub to see. If you don't have any kind of magical means of seeing at this point, you are literally blind.
Is there there's no moonlight? It's just a completely dark night.
He can barely make out your outlines. Is how dark it is.
So we don't want to. I could cast light, but that would probably be a bad idea.
Yeah, I have a lantern, but I don't want to use it.
We'll guide him. We'll guide him. Like this, we don't want to blow our cover. We don't have to.
Yeah.
Looking
You
at
have like guys with dark vision at the front, sort of directing.
looking at the ship more closely now, with your dark vision kind of taking hold, you can see that the northernmost ship hull. It looks like there's a massive hole kind of blown out of the right side, and it looks like it actually goes into the island. So you can kind of see like there's like a little bridge there, and underneath it there's like a rocky portion. You can actually go into the hole there, possibly with your boat, and land on the shore there, and come up out of the hole if you'd like. It's probably about 15 feet up where the landing is from the waterline. If that's the point of entry you want to take.
Let's say that might. I don't know how effective that'll be to get us to the captain's quarters. We might end up being below it, but it looks like we're gonna have to get to the back of the boat anyways because the front is facing out. So going from below deck might actually be potentially good.
You want me to scout it out?
By what means?
I just jump in the water and swim over there, like swim in there.
If you want a scout, I can give you a scout that's actually pretty much a ghost. If it'll be done, then it'll be done. And Corfax, he starts doing some weird, like, seals with his hands. He kind of gets into a lotus pose. Says, "Well, I'm doing this. I won't be able to hear or see you. If you need me back, you'll have to shake me." And even in the small, and essentially as he finishes, almost like this weird kind of inky blackness kind of like pulls itself free of him, and kind of, if it was possible, this thing is even less featureless than he is. It's essentially just a black shadow of him. The eyes are just sunken, like pure black spots, darker than even the dark. What's that? Venti black or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Super black.
That's awesome.
And essentially, I'm assuming direct control of this thing. What's this feature called again?
Manifest Echo, and then Echo Avatar.
Yeah, I'm using the Echo Avatar, so I can go a kilometer with it, essentially using it as a scout, and it can essentially just float across the water. So I'll go essentially scout into that cave.
Before he does that, Tully is gonna say to him, "Corfax, be even more goth. Turn them into fish broth, and give him a bardic inspiration die."
Okay, lasts for 10 minutes.
D10. A D10.
All right.
Perfect.
So the Echo is now kind of separate from you. It's on the ship with you. I believe it moves and maneuvers as you would, correct?
It doesn't technically have a movement speed. It can just move in directions.
Okay. Then
So-
yeah, it'll just kind of glide across the water like a wraith and head over in that direction. If you're going into the hole, go ahead and move yourself in that way. And then
I don't have kind of permissions on the on the Echo.
Weird. Okay, hold on.
Minras has seen some crazy, like, dark shit in his life, but this
Sha-
whole
No,
like,
you would know this kind of technique. It's Shatterkai technique. It's definitely high tier that he's being able to control it, but creating an Echo is not unheard of.
oh, I got you. So he's a
Echo
Shatter
Knight.
Knight. I
Yeah.
gotcha. Well, I mean, I know he's an Echo Knight, but I didn't know what his race was.
Should be able
Either
to
way,
go for
Minras
it.
Perfect.
gets a chill.
So let's see. So underneath here, still in the cove, not above you. Is there like a doorway or an entrance that goes into the ship, into its bows?
Does the Echo Knight come up out of the ground, kind of look around?
No, I'm still like saying like in this little cove underneath. Seeing if is it like completely like just rock underneath there?
You played Skyrim, you know, when you go into like a shipwreck and like it's kind of just like the water goes up into, so it's like that water is kind of drained down. Like if it were a higher tide, it would be the water would be like up at that level. So everything down here is basically looks like it's been boarded shut. If there's any kind of egress that was present, it does look like there was a door frame, but it looks like it's been kind of hammered down and kind of tarred over too to keep it watertight. But yeah, the only point of exits that you can see while you're in here are out the way you came in, and then to the northwest there's another hole that kind of blasts out, but you're only seeing like it's only a little bit of the hole. It looks like the hole's more for the upstairs than down here.
All right, then we'll go on to the prow of the ship.
You kind of hover up, and you're actually still inside of the ship. There's a roof above you, actually, in this position, strangely enough.
Okay.
Yeah, so this ship does appear that you're kind of in like a hold, like a forward hold at this point. There is a door. This wall is very similar to the wall I described before, piecemealed, thrown together. The door looks like it's been kind of added in and set. The door appears to be a captain's door, like a very finely crafted door with lock and key. And there are a couple of hammocks in here, 3 to be exact, and a number of barrels and a treasure chest.
Oh, so this looks like it was the old captain's quarters.
Well, the door looks like it's from a captain's quarters, but yeah, this room here, it looks like a forward hold, like that would be
Okay.
right underneath the front of a ship.
Okay. The door looks like almost out of place then.
Correct. And yeah, the wall too, that whole south wall looks like it was added in after market.
Interesting. But the door is locked. Like it looks like it's been.
You kind of looking at it in your spectral form, you can kind of see that it does appear to have a nice lock to it. That appears to lock from the other side.
Yeah. I don't have. Even if I had these tools, I don't think I can use tools.
Are you trained in them? Actually, real quick. Thieves tools?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, I am trained in them.
So you'd actually recognize this lock as a double lock. It locks this side, and it locks the other side. So you could lock it on this side if you had a key. On the other side, it looks like it's the same thing. So there's a double key mechanism here that allows for, if you wanted privacy and you were inside of this room, you could lock it from the outside, which would be the interior of the structure. Or if you were inside the structure and you didn't want anything to kind of come in from the outside, you could lock it from outside. Right, inside.
Does it look like it's been, which side does it look like it's been locked from?
It looks like it's been locked from the opposite side. So whoever is inside of the door is, it is locked from that side. You hear and see from this thing just as you normally would, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my next question, if I heard like revels or anything going on, since we saw drunk kobolds.
It sounds like there are a lot of people, maybe half a dozen or more, on the opposite side of this door that are kind of yelling back and forth in Draconic, and it sounds like it's not angry yelling. It's more kind of gleeful, kind of storytelling. Do you speak Draconic?
No, but I was gonna ask, and I can't speak it, but does it sound, because I know how you describe Draconic, does it sound more like yipping, or does it sound more like barking?
There's one voice of the group that definitely sounds a lot higher. Go ahead and make me a perception check real quick.
$21.
There's one voice that's kind of fluent, like, it's got a nice voice to him. And then there are about 5 others that sound like they are speaking it as if it was a second tongue. Like they are definitely kind of missing it a bit. Like it sounds less spoken, like casually. It sounds like they're kind of not as skilled with the tongue as the person who sounds more boisterous.
And I'm assuming, is the keyhole too small to look through?
Yes.
All right, and this wall's pretty solid. There's no cracks or anything?
Correct.
Or like, okay, well, that's 1 point of entry. You said half a dozen, so probably about 6.
Mm-hmm.
Won't go through, but I still have. Well, I'll still keep using this thing while I have it. We're gonna back out and veer around the west side,
Okay.
just to kind of look at all of our angles.
Make a stealth check. And the Echo Knight, or the Echo has the same skill as you. Is that right?
Yeah, it just uses my skills.
Okay.
33.
Jesus.
All right. You move to the next area there. You should be able to see it to the south. As you approach it, you can see that it does appear to have a very similar kind of structuring. The shadow kind of leans in a little bit, and you see that there's a kobold with wings sitting at this table, kind of going over the pages of a book. And you can see that every so often he kind of picks up a quill, kind of licks it with his tongue, dabs it into an ink vial, and starts kind of writing in the book. And you can see that there are pages near him that look like they're more like, chicken scratch, kind of just like, people who've thrown notes to him. And it looks like he is compiling whatever's on the notes and inputting them into this ledger.
All right. And, am I able to? Is this crack? Is this like to go underneath this section?
This one does not go underneath. This one's actually a little bit lower than the other one, and the holes here are kind of directly in with this. If you kind of dip down to look at it, it's maybe 2 feet off the water line, not too far off of it, and there appear to be just a bunch of posts that have been put into the underneath of this side to keep it level.
With that stealth check, would I be able to like get up behind the kobold without him noticing, since he's predisposed?
I'd say so. And it being completely dark in here.
Yeah. Do I hear similar revels from this door?
Yes, it sounds like that the room is connected. It's a larger main room in the center.
Okay. Looks like this is the way. Like this room. And if that's the case, this guy looks like some sort of scout, so I'm going to assassinate him.
Okay, tell me how that works.
I can make, whenever I declare an attack, I can either attack from Corfax or from the Echo. So in this case, I'll attack from the Echo.
Okay.
And since he's surprised, doesn't know I'm here, it'll be an automatic critical strike.
Oh, how's that the case?
I'm an assassin.
Oh, you actually are going to assassinate. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then go ahead and make an attack roll.
Yeah, this is essentially some Renly Baratheon style assassination, just literally a ghost behind it with a spectral blade.
I'm 100% on board for this. But yeah, go ahead and make your attack. So you have advantage. So an 18 will hit. It is not a dragon, per se. So the trait of the Dragon Slayer Scimitar will not key off of a kobold. 18 hits, though, which means it is a crit. So you'll be rolling, the way we're doing crit damage in this game is maximize your extra dice, just the single extra dice from the weapon. So that should be +6, okay? And then you'll roll your normal damage. So go ahead and do that. Okay. Then you have assassin levels, so you have at least 2d6 sneak attack. So roll your sneak attack twice because of the crit.
Yeah, the character sheet's just lagging.
It's okay.
That kobold dead.
So 19 plus 9 is... Alright. So, is that it? Any other damage?
So because I'm fighter 5, I actually have a second attack.
Oh, okay. Real quick, hold on.
Don't forget to add the 6 from the weapon. So
Straight
that
up.
34.
So 34? Okay, hold on. I want to double check something with the Echo Knight, because I know you said what you said, but...
Yeah, by all means.
Any attack you make with it can originate from the Echo space. Right. Okay. It's the reaction one that's tricky, and it's not as is. So yeah, the first attack will actually kill him.
Wonderful.
Scimitar comes out, flashes, a red line kind of streaks across the pages, and he kind of just slops to the ground, his head barely hanging on from where it's at. Those who are on the boat, you watch as he kind of moves his hand in a weird gesture, and that's it. That's all you would see in here. For Jub, real quick, just to rewind.
Wait, what's going on?
Just a rewind. You saw the bright eyes of Noob Saiba. I mean, Corfax. Then you saw a second pair of eyes appear next to it and kind of drift off. And now you just kind of see weird movements in the shadow, like near you, and you're just kind of sitting there. But yeah, assassination completed. I don't believe you can pick up bodies with this form, right?
No, it's essentially it echoes weird. It's like this weird in between of like incorporeal yet physical. Like there's limits to what it can interact with.
It can manifest as physical for certain actions, attacking and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So that said, are you going to draw the echo back to you or continue the scouting affair?
What I'll do is I want to bring him within 30 feet of me so he doesn't just evaporate as he would if he was too far away. Because I'm going to end the Echo Avatar, but he'll essentially just remain floating. Yeah, I'll just kind of communicate to the group. Looks like we essentially have 2 points of entry, both into the same room. I took out the scout. I'm confident with our skill, we can take care of the 6 individuals in this room without letting them alert the rest of the Rat King. If they fall as easily as their scout, which I'm confident they will.
I don't know why you think he's a scout. He looks like an accountant.
I don't do math, I just do stab things.
Fair. Acceptable, sorry. Continue with
we have so much in common.
Indeed, cousin, indeed.
So
yeah. So
is that where we're going in?
We have 2 points. We can split into 2 groups of 2. If Tully and Jub want to go into the one that's closer to us, she can lead him by the hand, and then my cousin and I can we can go around the side using stealthy boy tactics and come in from the side. Because I assume Jub's tactics are not subtle.
Break door.
Okay. Just tell me what you're doing.
So, are you saying that basically stealthy guys are going to make the entrance through the hole at the water line and go through that area, and then I can't really see what this other entrance you were talking about for these other 2 was.
Like, there's another entrance on the west side, where they had a flying kobold. I killed him, and there's another entrance to the same room. Me and you can go through that entrance. Tully and Jubbas can go through the entrance through the cove. They both end in the same room. It's just kind of like coming from 2 different angles. That way, if they have, I don't know,
What is that beeping?
Oh, my phone's going off. Like, whatever.
Handle it.
Yeah, essentially it's just to go from 2 different angles so we're not all like tunneled into one doorway, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
You look like an archer, so I'm assuming you want like a nice line of sight for a shot.
I'm much more of a stabby guy. I have a bow, but you can also see that I'm strapped with daggers.
Indeed. Yeah, I have a bow too. It's not even strong. I never use it, but you know, they made me take it. I feel that.
Are you going to? Because I just want to make sure you have one boat and another boat tied off to the rock there. Are you untying that boat and separating 2 separate ships and going 2 different directions, or are they dropping you off and then coming back?
How's the water? Is it calm where we are, or is it pretty choppy?
Pretty calm.
Do you want to swim? Or they can drop us off?
I mean, I don't necessarily have a swim speed, but I think I could manage it.
Neither do I, but yeah, it's not that terribly far. Is it even how deep? Is it a big drop off, or is it actually pretty shallow around here?
It looks shallow, but also, I mean, it could be deeper. It's a shoal. It's a rock that kind of volcanically kind of came up out of the ocean. So it could be kind of island-like underneath, or it could be just like a straight shot of just pillar of rock.
Minros pulls out a little rod, and he says a word really quietly in Elvish, and it turns into a 10-foot long pole. And he starts sticking it in the water to see how deep the water is.
Doesn't touch.
Okay, so it's deeper than 10 feet.
We can swim. I mean, we could swim, and you can take the boat. Actually, I have winged boots. I would just walk on the water.
My only concern is how big of a splash Jub Jub's gonna make.
Mm-hmm.
You know that splash going to be big.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big splash. That's why I think
Wait, what?
you guys should take the boat.
Oh,
We're
we just
deciding whether who's going to take the boat or we
Or
can
how
swim.
about we just drop you guys off right here on the rocks, and then we can paddle around to our side.
Yeah, it wouldn't really be swimming so much as just like hugging the boat and like hand walking over.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's true too.
I have a ring of bard walking. I can literally just get out and move
That
the
is
boat.
perfect, and I have winged boots, so we don't need a boat.
Oh
okay.
yeah. Then you guys don't. If you guys don't need the boat, maybe you guys should go to the west side.
okay. So then they're going to walk / fly over towards the hole where the kobold sorcerer was, and you lot are going to take the boat the very short distance from where you currently are into the underneath on the front boat there, right?
Yeah, and we'll stash it in there. We'll run it aground on those rocks.
Are we really gonna smash the boat?
Oh, it's fine.
Or are we just gonna
It looks-
smash it?
It looks like it's over the boat, but it's actually underneath because, again, big map, unable to make that the case. So, that said, you two kind of walk around the corner there and can see that there's just like a slight little hop up, maybe 5 feet, kind of up onto the boat's landing there. And you can see that there is a table. Actually, Jub Jub, you're kind of being guided by the hand, so you're not seeing anything. And the two of you kind of hop up into the room. It's completely dark, and Tully, you can see that there is a kobold whose head is kind of barely hanging on, kind of laying out on one of the benches of the two tables. A red line kind of drawn out across all of this paperwork, and it looks like there's kind of a ledger book that's kind of sitting there with a quill bleeding ink onto it.
Okay. Is there is there a barrel in the corner?
There are 3 barrels in the corner. Yep.
Okay. Do I get a? Never mind. I'm not going to do it. I was going to try to get rid of the body, but I don't think it's worth it. I'll take a look at the paperwork.
Oh no! This is totally worth it. I didn't want to stuff a body in a barrel.
Yeah, but then it's going to float, though, Chris.
Just leave it in the barrel. Why throw it in the
Oh, just
water?
leave it in the barrel. Yeah, we could just stuff the body in the barrel. Yeah.
Is that what you two want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have Tully guide me. I'll pick the body up and stuff it in the barrel.
Okay. Those of you who are back at the other side, I'll discuss how that is actually dealt with in a bit. I just want to make sure the other side is being dealt with simultaneously. You get underneath, you're about 15 feet below, and you don't have the ability to kind of just levitate up as your Echo did. So I'm assuming that it's going to be a, kind of two-man third-person shooter style game thing where one of you gets up on the shoulders of the other, lifts the other person up, the other person reaches down and pulls the other person up kind of deal.
I could do something cooler if you want.
I mean, yeah, I do want.
I'll just switch spots with my Echo and then reach my hand down and pull up Minarus.
Fair. All right, so swap and then lifts you up. The two of you enter into the room, and as I mentioned before, there are 3 hammocks, 2 kind of towards the north side there, and 1 on the side here. Series of 4 barrels, all on their sides, and kind of it looks like they're settled on kind of metal flat bolts, kind of like skiffs. And then there's a treasure chest on the northern side that has a pretty intricate lock now that you look at it.
So
Those
are
are
we all
luck-
in the same room now?
No, you two are in the same room. Tully
Okay.
and Jub Jub are in a different room.
So I don't think we should stop to mess with any of this stuff because we don't want to leave them to sort of stumble into that room by themselves.
How's your lock picking?
Pretty good.
All right, so this door has got a lock on it, so we need to unlock it but not open it. We'll go through when we hear the bang.
So I'm assuming Thieves' Tools is Dexterity, so I'm looking at like a plus 12. Oh, actually no. With my gloves, that'd be a
Plus 17. So are you going to try and unlock it? Is that what you're doing?
the door into the room with the kobolds.
I don't know. What are you unlocking?
I mean, which door were you referring to, Steven?
This one. So I want us to have it ready to be open, but not open, just unlocked.
I gotcha. Then yeah, I'm gonna very carefully deal with the lock.
Okay. All right. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, Tully, since you're kind of guiding Jub Jub in the action of stuffing the kobold into the thing and also cleaning up the mess that was left behind, go ahead and make a stealth check. And Jub
Okay.
Jub, no check needed. Throwing around a kobold and pushing it into a barrel is not hard.
24.
You are like about to start shoving it a lot harder than it is, and you can see Tully kind of, and you're like, it gets into the barrel. You kind of close it gently. Everything seems to be cleaned up. You shut the book, not able to clean the blood off the pages, and kind of just leave the ledger, as is, sans a kobold. That said, after doing that, you see that there is a door in the room, and you can definitely hear that there does seem to be sound on the opposite side of the door. People speaking in Draconic back and forth amongst themselves.
So Tully would whisper to Jub Jub, maybe we could try to do this quietly first, and if it doesn't work out, then you can do your thing.
The door here is not locked.
Great. So, if I wanted to use hypnotic pattern, could I just crack the door and do it?
You could, but you would be casting kind of blind firing, especially since
Okay.
you're only able to open the door a little bit. If
Okay.
you want to try and sneak to the door and kind of sneak out a little bit and see what's on the other side without being
Yeah.
spotted,
Yeah.
to kind of get an idea of what you're throwing hypnotic patterns into,
Yeah.
you could definitely do that. Do you want to make a stealth check?
I want to make I can't inspire myself, can I?
You cannot.
Okay. I will do it anyway. I want to go to the door and try to do a little sneaky sneak, see what happens.
Let me see what you get.
I got a 15.
Okay. So, you open the door quietly, but as you kind of lean forward a little bit you kind of see the door kind of go a little bit further than you were expecting. Jub Jub, make a dexterity saving throw.
17.
Tully, you kind of look up and you feel like the individual kind of at the far end of the table there is kind of back to you and slowly starts to kind of turn their head. Jub Jub grabs you and pulls you and the door shut. Not fast, just nice, clean. What do you do after?
So we get the sense that we were seen or were not seen.
I'm not answering the question.
You're not answering that question. Okay. I'm
I'm
going
asking you,
to...
what do you do immediately after Jub Jub shuts you in the door?
Right. I'm gonna... Well, I think that we've been seen, so I'm gonna open the door and cast Hypnotic Pattern into the room.
Jub Jub, are you going to stop him? Or her, rather?
I'm going to let her go.
Okay,
It's party time.
I guess so. Alright, you open the door. You see that the person you thought had seen you, totally looking back the other way. But
Crapola.
as you rush in, with the door
I'm
kind
not
of...
rushing in, I'm just opening the door.
You said you were just going in. You didn't say you were...
No, I said I'm opening the door and casting the spell.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, so as you rush in, like I said, opening the door wide enough to be able to cast it quickly, everyone kind of looks over in your direction. Hold on, I had this. And
That's excellent.
Excellent.
go ahead and throw your spell up. In the meantime, everyone that's not Tully, make an initiative roll.
Is this before or after I pick the lock on the door?
You've go ahead and roll that. Sorry, it would have been about the same time.
And my gloves of thieving aren't in there, so
+5, yeah, I got it. What'd you get?
I got a 23.
Okay. So the door is unlocked, and as was requested by your associate, you have it unlocked but not opened. You're prepared to go in, but you are not going in.
Right.
So,
Sorry, Chris.
So it's like, basically, I get to work on the lock, and pretty quickly you hear the satisfying click, and then Minros turns around and just like flashes my thumbs up. Or
Corfax
actually,
nods.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Whatever like the thieves can't sign for nailed it is.
Okay. So, wisdom saving throws. Cool.
17 DC.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I have to get all these character sheets open. I didn't think it was going to jump to combat that fast.
Sorry, I thought that I was seen.
Let me roll initiative for each while I'm at it.
I thought we were gonna enter. It was gonna be a big, more of a crash bang boom entrance, but I guess this works.
Surprisingly, Jub Jub was the more stealth of the two.
Thanks, Jub Jub.
These Urzian elves or Urzian Fae, they're very confusing.
An Echo Knight assassin is sick.
Noob Saibot. All right. Let's see. So the bosun. The wizard. And
Oh, sorry. Are we supposed to be on this initiative?
the swashbuckler. Yeah, go ahead and roll them. What was your DC, by the way, on the hypnotic pattern? Because I'm pretty sure...
17.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one more failed. The
Jub Jub, kill the wizard.
caster. Alright. So you see that 4 of them kind of stare towards the center and look at the hypnotic pattern. As you're looking at the room that you threw the glyph and kind of cast the pattern into, you can see that there's kind of a raised platform with steps that lead up to it in the center of this chamber, and 2 long tables with about 10 to 12 chairs around them. You see that there is a massive dragonborn with very pale blue skin, and not a red eye, but a blue series of scars over his eyes, and kind of a reddish looking, like, actual eye, not like scars on his eye. Like there's blood in his iris, or eye, because I'm bad at words. The 4 that kind of look up to it, one is an elf, one is a human, and then 2 more humans on the far side, which you can only barely see as you kind of cast the pattern up. In the center of the room, there looks like there is kind of a mast, but it's been cut at about low level, so it makes kind of like a table in the center, and directly above it is a massive chandelier made out of crystal and glass and just metal and the like. It's probably about 10 feet over the tables, if you were to try and jump up and grab at it. That said, the current situation is I need to make sure everybody has an initiative on the docket.
So I don't have one yet, but I did take my movement to move back out of the doorway after
Oh,
casting
I never
the
said
spell.
you could move, so you can go ahead and put yourself back in the doorway.
Well, I can't move after casting the spell?
You open the door and cast a spell, that's all I'm giving you.
Okay.
Alright. Let's see. I don't have the captain or the swashbuckler. Sorry, apologies. Okay. Okay. I have everybody that is currently in the combat rolled. So let's go ahead and drop into the descending. And Corfax, you are first. I'll go ahead and get rid of the door so you can see. Oh, I already did. Go me. Go ahead and take your turn. It is a full initiative round. You hear something in Draconic spoken by the burly voice, the one who seems to be the one that is a native speaker. Tully, you can see that the Dragonborn that you're looking at right now is kind of yelling something back over his shoulder, has an annoyed look, and then turns back to look at you.
What did they say in Draconic?
He says, "Blow the horn!" And it looks like he's looking back at one of the three people behind him.
But they're all
Wait, who is
charmed.
he looking at?
You don't know.
Ones that are incapacitated. So, coming into the room, does a Corfax see the hypnotic pattern and the four of them that are kind of zonked out?
I mean, yeah, he would see the situation as it stands, sure.
Alrighty.
Oh, he shouted back to one of these three people that are charmed?
Yeah.
Yep.
They're incapacitated, so they ain't blowing shit. Perfect. Because he doesn't know that me and Minras are here, is there any chance of a surprise? Or is that out the window?
I would say with the nature of the situation, you're entering into kind of open light, and he is combat ready, the Dragonborn. There is really no way you're going to move in and hide. However, when you get in, if your desire is to use your action or cunning action to hide behind the steps, that is a possibility, but he will know that you are entering. If you move to here, you could hide here.
If he lost sight of me and then I suddenly appeared behind him, would you think he'd be would that be a little sneaky boy?
Again, if he's seeing you enter into the room, he's combat ready. So unless you take the hide action, you're not hidden from him.
Okay, well, in that case, I won't enter the room so he doesn't see me.
You're still not hidden from him.
Oh, like
again.
Yeah, so he knows I'm here regardless.
The door opens and people are in that doorway. So he's aware that there are attackers. So again, you are not starting off as hidden because of the nature of the combat.
Okay, sounds good. All right, and let's see the best way to approach this.
Please, for the love of God, get within 5 feet of him.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'll use 15 feet of my own movement to move my shade beside him. It doesn't count for sneak attacks, just
sure.
Don't get too excited yet. And yeah, I will come over. I'll do what you said, and bonus action, I will hide back here, and then my action will be attacking from my shade.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack. Again, he sees the echo, so yeah, that's a weird one.
For sure.
So are you within 5 feet, or is your echo within 5 feet?
My echo's within 5 feet, but he doesn't count as like a friendly person
for sneak
attacks.
Yep, and he doesn't count as hidden for sneak attacks because the echo's standing right there. The echo's attacking.
He essentially this echo just flew across the room with a shadowy blade drawn, is now just slashing at him.
Kind of just moved through the rails and kind of got to him. The 19 is going to miss. The 23 will hit.
Does he count as a dragon type?
He does not.
13 slashing.
I don't believe. Let me double check. Hold on, sorry. Dragonborn are weird.
Yeah, Dragonborn and half dragons are like two different things.
Yeah, so they have draconic ancestry, which gives them the features of a dragon, but it does not specifically say they count as a dragon for a type. So yeah, they are separate.
Actually, can I cut the hiding part? I don't want to be a wiener. I want to help my buddy Minas.
Okay.
I'll use my bonus action to swap places with the shade.
Got it.
So that I will be beside him.
Okay, so go ahead and move your tokens appropriate. And so you're attacking instead?
No, he did the attacks and then we swapped because, I don't know, it's just cool.
It's cool
just
that way.
Just a lot of puffs of smoke and stuff.
Yeah.
Get that. Somebody's got to get that horn.
In Draconic, he says something, and you can hear kind of a spit word in the midst of it. You hear the word Imraidrir, and you also hear a Draconic word, which you've heard a dozen times before, meaning a very negative terminology for a female.
I'll respond with a free action. I'll say in Elvish, "Mor hakar mas kanar," which means "die, dragon slave."
All right, Minras.
He enters the room. As he does, he draws his dragon tooth dagger in one hand and his a chakram in the other. Heads up the stairs, gets within 5 feet of this guy. Dagger master attack, hit him with both.
Give it.
Ooh,
Okay.
13.
Second attack.
Um,
Why do you have advantage?
no. Or I'm sorry, no. It is just 11.
Yep.
So an 11 misses.
Yeah.
A 19 missed.
Okay. Okay. Offhand attack with my chakram.
Oh, very
What the-
nice.
That'll hit.
And sneak attack damage.
Yep. Do me a favor. Ignore criticals.
Okay.
Just give me damage based on it
So-
being a regular hit. He does not suffer critical hits.
Okay. Oh, interesting. So that would just be, I guess, 14.
And
14 plus 8.
no. Yes, 14 plus 8, so 22.
Hold on. So 14 plus 8, and then I guess an extra d6 from the
Oh.
acid damage.
Sorry, quick question. You're attacking him with the chakram? Oh, right. You're using daggers everywhere. Got it. Cool.
No. It doesn't work that way. It's like the offhand attack doesn't work the same as the attack action.
Right. What I was asking is because you have a feature called Daggers Everywhere from Dagger Master, which lets you use the chakram in melee. Normally, a chakram is a thrown weapon. It does not have a melee characteristic. It's only for chucking. But because you have Daggers Everywhere, you can use it as an improvised weapon that way, and it counts as a dagger. It's really dumb, but that's the way I wrote it.
Well, I'm more like, hold on a second. Once per turn, when you would, okay. So yeah, I would still get the knife fighter bonus.
Right. Sorry. If you're using Knife
Single
Fighter,
attack,
it's different.
daggers.
If you're using Knife Fighter, it's different. You make one attack roll, and it's with both attacks damage. That's it.
Right.
So the first attack would have missed blindly. So instead, you went two-hand fighting, and you hit with the chakram
Right.
using Daggers Everywhere. It works. It just
Or
you're
not using daggers everywhere, using knife fighter.
No. You cannot use a chakram in melee, is what I'm trying to tell you. It is a
Shit.
throwing weapon. It is not a.
I got.
The whole idea of a chakram being like.
I'm sorry. I
Illidan.
thought it could be used. I thought it could
No.
be used as both.
You're not Illidan. Like, that's not what this is. It's more about,
Okay.
throw it, and then it
Right.
comes back.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So, am I still attacking him?
The things that happened. We're good.
Okay.
But you cannot
So
use
it's gonna
Knife Fighter
take
because
extra-
it would have been on your.
It's gonna take an extra D4 plus an extra D6.
It would have been on your first attack. Sorry. So, yeah. When you take the attack action, dagger, and single attack, I guess the way it's worded it is fine. Yeah, so an extra 3. That's fine. Okay. Got it. Everything's good.
So, total damage would be 14 plus 8.
Got it.
Plus
Yeah,
14 plus 8 plus 8.
right. I'm good.
Cool.
Anything else from you?
No,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So-
Your custom content's so confusing.
It's fine. I apologize for my custom content being confusing, but you can try and figure it out yourself if you just purchase it off of DM's Guild. Check out Dirks and Daggers, now available. I'm a whore. Next up is Jump.
Yeah, real quick, Knife Fighter, you just make one attack and then you roll both weapon damage. It's that
That's
simple.
it. Yeah, once per turn. Correct.
You don't get the second attack. You just make one attack,
Right.
and double damage. Anyway, so I'm gonna run in.
And so I use my bonus action.
Don't worry about it. Jump. It's good. Go.
Cool.
So it's a good 7 feet up vertical, so you
Oh,
can't really get
Yeah.
them unless you hop up. And if you do so, you're going
I'm
to have to
gonna
land in
jump
one
up
of the
there.
spaces to either next to Minras or south of your current position.
I'll go. Where's the horn in relation to me right now?
You do not know.
Okay.
If you would like to make a perception check as your action, you can try and find it.
Oh no, I'm just gonna
Smash.
jump up, smash something. So I'm gonna go here.
Wait, don't hit the one that's charmed.
I got you, Chad.
Okay. So I'll go here, and then I'm gonna swing at the Dragonborn.
Okay.
I'm gonna rage.
Sure.
Baby.
Oh, sorry. Apologies. You were hopping up. Not that it matters. You would have made it in just fine. It would have taken all of your movement to get up there, or you could have athletics check, try to straight jump up there. But no big deal. You're not moving anymore, so you're good. All right. 22 will hit. He'll use his reaction to block it with riposte.
Okay, and I got another attack.
And he doesn't seem to. He didn't seem to have a weapon that you noticed before. But as he kind of brings his hand up, you see that he's holding a dagger in his hand.
Is he heavily armored, or just his scales are really hard?
Looking at him, it looks like he's wearing kind of loose-fitting clothing. But as like cuts have come in and kind of ripped them apart a bit, you can see underneath that he's wearing scale mail.
Okay.
It appears to be
I wasn't sure if he was just like deflecting our blows with his
just
skills,
raw,
or
just raw meat. No, he does appear to have some sort of scale armor underneath.
Alright, second attack for 27.
That'll hit.
Okay.
9 points.
Chop.
10 total.
Okay. So yeah, he looks kind of wounded, but not like terribly so. All right. At the end of each of the turns of the individuals currently held in a hypnotic pattern, they get a save against it. Correct?
No.
Let me double check. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
it's
you're
up
right.
yeah.
it's
Does not
just like,
say.
no,
I just
they're-
checked.
They're just incapacitated for, I don't know,
As
an
long
hour.
as for 1 minute, as long as they're not hit. Or whatever.
Yeah, remember that time that
Right. I remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, the swashbuckler does nothing. All right. The dragonborn will breathe straight into Jub towards the door. Five, 10, 15. Perfect. So the two of you need to make dexterity saving throws.
24.
Okay. If you do not have evasion, you'll be taking a total of 12 points of fire damage if you saved, and you'll be taking 24 points of fire damage if you succeeded.
Right, but
Or
fire totem
reverse
half damage.
strike that, reverse it. 12 for Tully and 24 for Jub.
Right, but fire totem.
Have it, correct.
Yep.
Okay, and then I would like for Andy to make a Constitution saving throw for concentration.
Sure. 13.
You succeed. Okay. Seeing the situation as it stands and not terribly fond of it, having used his bonus action, he'll use his first attack to shove Minras. Minras, go ahead and make either an acrobatics or an athletics check to oppose him shoving you.
Does shove count as an attack?
It does.
Or do I get to make an opportunity attack against him?
He's attacking you, so yeah.
All right.
So real quick, he
let me
used
just go ahead.
out of character note. Real quick, he used his power repulse strike during his attack action. So if I attack him, he can use his reaction to attack me back. If I attack him back, keep in mind your powers, by the way. 21
And
will
this is gonna get.
hit, but he is going to use his reaction now during his turn, which refreshes at the start of his turn, to parry it. Now athletics check or
Does he-
acrobatics.
Did he just use like a dagger master
No, he
thing?
had
Did he use block?
no. He has a parry, which is a feature that NPCs have.
Okay, cool. So I'm sorry, you said I need acrobatics or athletics?
Correct. Okay, so as I am the opposer, and you are not raging and having advantage or anything, I hit a 25. You rolled a 25. That means I supersede you. I hit your defense value. So I'm going to be pushing you back 5 feet and moving into your space. I will then continue my movement, jumping over the rail and down, which will provoke an opportunity attack from Gosh,
Corvax.
Corvax, right?
Noob Saibot.
Noob Saibot.
Can I use a power for an opportunity attack?
No, powers for actions only.
Okay. I want to do a piercing strike. I will do that next time.
Provoke 2 opportunity attacks?
He didn't get out of Jub's threat range.
Yeah.
Well, he jumped down 7 feet, so did he maybe?
I'm still within 5 of him. If I move one more out to the left, I'd be out. But if I move down to the left, I'll be fine.
Just an 11.
Miss.
Nothing.
He's fast, and it was not expected for him to do that. He will move into the doorway, still up behind Jub. So still technically in melee range with cover. And he will attack Tully with his second and third attacks. As he does so, he throws his hand out like this, and you watch as a massive greatsword flies out into his hand, and he brings it through the doorway into you. 20 to hit.
Of course.
16 slashing damage. Give me another concentration check.
I'm gonna murder this guy so hard.
21.
Good. And his third attack. 17.
Yep, that's
Okay.
good.
He will detonate a smite on this to make it do more damage. So that'll be 12 slashing and 11 fire.
Okay.
And that'd be a total of 23. So your save DC is an 11. Still not terribly high. Give me another concentration save.
Just happened. 11.
Dead on the nose. Okay. All right. So he does not manage to get you to break the pattern. And
I'm hurting for certain.
he seems to have a very keen knowledge of this. Like, he is focused in on you, looking towards your hands as you're kind of maneuvering the spell and kind of holding it. And he's just kind of not like a barbarian, but he's definitely not happy. The situation is going the way it's playing out. The wizard does nothing. The captain does nothing. The first mate yells, "Hey, get in here!" And then rushes around the outside, yelling out as he does so, and kind of jumps over the table with his action, dashing to get to his position, getting in between the swashbuckler and the wizard. Doesn't look like he's focused on either one of them. It looks like he's just kind of tumbling over in that direction. But your presumption is that he's going for the horn, and it's one of those two that have it. The bosun is stunned, standing next to Jub, not doing anything. At the beginning of the initiative count here, you hear coming from the
Do I
doors.
get to roll?
Wait, oh, you were last. Sorry, I passed you by. Go ahead, go.
So do I roll initiative or what do I do?
Why weren't you on the initiative count? You should have been on there.
Because you told me not to roll.
No, I told you not to move. I
No,
told
you told me not to roll.
No, I didn't.
I asked you that. I did ask that question.
I'm sorry if I said that. I did not mean for that to be the case. Roll initiative real quick. I apologize. I thought you were just low on the count.
Nope.
Well, perfect. Oh, this works out perfect. You are going to be low on the count. Let me go ahead and move my first mate back to here, because he wouldn't have run out yet. So go ahead and you take your action. I apologize, Andy. So I told you not to move during the surprise round because it would have been the detonator for combat.
Right. Let me see if I could do what I want to do. So I have a plan, and my plan is to start off with this.
Okay.
So 4.
From the next saving throw.
Right, and then I want to. Oops, I'm sorry, wrong one. I wanted to use a guiding strike.
Okay.
So I'm going to use. Vicious Mockery on it,
Okay.
on the
One s-
Dragonborn.
1 second.
So that's not concentration.
I'm aware. But when a creature within 5 feet of character casts a spell, he can use his reaction to make a melee attack against the target. You'll do
Oh,
so.
for fudge's sake.
He already used his reaction.
He did use his reaction.
to parry.
didn't he?
Good catch.
Oh boy, he's trying to kill Tully.
Yeah, he really
Trying
don't
to
like you.
really don't like Tully. So I'm gonna do vicious mockery.
Okay. So saving throw is a wisdom save, and I have a -4 to the roll, correct?
That's correct. So it's 17 is the save.
All right. I got a 21, so -4 would be 17 on the nose.
Oh my goodness. This guy's really pissing me off. Jub, I need your help, man.
All right. So then, again,
my turn.
apologies. Then it'll go to first mate, who will rush out and pop in between the wizard and the swashbuckler. And then it'll go to the... It sounds like the kobolds on the outskirts are aware of shenanigans in the center. Corfax, you're up.
This guy's going for the dragon horn. Can't have that.
Hop up on the table.
Here, and I'm going to use 15 feet of my movement to move my shadow to try to get spooky over here. And then we're going to do a cool little dance where I'm going to unleash incarnation. So every time I attack, he's going to attack. So we're going to be attacking 2 people.
Okay.
I'll make these reaping strikes. You said I can just say they're reaping strikes, right?
It'll only be, because again, the wording for the power is specifically from you. So it does not gain benefits for attacks that you make, like special features of your attacks, right?
Sure. I don't know. It's your power.
Okay. Yeah, so the reaping strike would be just from you, and it will make attacks as you from that side without that.
All right.
Yeah, you just get an extra attack from your incarnation.
Well, he's doing it so it attacks every time he attacks. So it's going to get 2 attacks this time.
You got a power?
That's a Echo Knight ability.
Yeah.
I can use it an amount of times equal to my Constitution modifier. So let's go, buddy.
Bring it. And your attack
26
you're attacking
against the swashbuckler.
the swashbuckler.
Don't want him to get the dragon.
Oh no, that's the swashbuckler who's stunned. The first mate's who you want.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
sorry.
Don't attack
They
this
all
guy.
look like pirates. Yeah, that guy.
Okay. It's 26 hits.
10.
Okay.
And then 1 from my incarnation to big guy. A 28 from the incarnation.
That'll hit.
Because Tully's next to him, so he'll get a sneak attack.
Okay.
The paltry 13.
Okay. Still standing.
Do our second round of attack on the first mate.
Go ahead.
23 to him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Another 9.
Still standing. But bloody.
And-
I thought you only got 1 extra attack. That's awesome.
Well, I have extra attack from fighter, so
Oh, sure.
essentially I'm doing 2 and my shadow's doing 2.
Yeah, 7th level feature for Echo Knights. Lets him bust out
Then
more.
that'll be a failure for the shadow.
Okay. Yeah, gets used to it, blocks it. All right. Corfax done. Anything else?
Yeah, I think I'm done.
Minras? Pushed kind of against the rail as he jumps away from you, and the fight continues without you. You kind of turn and look. 2 situations unfolding in front of you.
Can't let that guy blow that horn. Okay, so since I can draw or stow 2 daggers, does that mean I can stow 1 and draw 1?
I'd allow it.
Okay, so I'm going to put my dagger away, draw another chakram, throw both chakrams at the guy over there,
Okay.
who's trying to draw the horn.
And that's using the knife fighter feature to allow you to throw it as a bonus action as well. Okay.
So throwing 2 chakrams at him.
Go. Make 2 attacks. Oh! I'm sorry. Your chakrams aren't magical, right?
No.
Okay. I'll have to go back and check that math here in a second. Go ahead. Throw down with the attacks against the first mate there. Hits. Yeah, definitely.
Right. So it's just 1 attack with extra damage, but I'm throwing 2 chakrams.
No. Right?
That's what Chris said before.
That's for melee attacks. For range attacks, you may throw an additional dagger as part of the attack. Yeah, it's the same. Okay, so you'll basically be doing 2d4 plus your modifier. Yeah, he's dead.
Ooh, that's a crazy sneak attack. I get
That's a
somebody.
nice sneaky sneak.
I'm assuming
I give
a
all those
nice,
D6s.
kind of like spin throw like this, so that it starts off here and then kind of winds down, kind of flies past the Echo Knight, hits him in the neck. His head goes flying away, and the body just kind of slumps under the table.
Yeah, he gets a chakram hitting him in the neck from each direction, and they pass cleanly by each other, and then make a full circle back around the room, and I catch them both in my hands.
Nice. I'm a fan. 100%.
So, and that, because I have to end my turn in the same space where I threw them, I'm not moving.
Okay.
So that's my whole turn.
You catch the chakras.
I guess I'll take my bonus action to dodge.
Can't dodge. That's, yeah, cunning action's only hide, dash, and disengage.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's fine. Good turn.
Stand still, catch the chakrams. Jub.
He's gonna kill me, Jub.
You can drop down on him or near him.
I'm gonna come down on him, I think.
Okay. Are you wanting to shove him to the ground with that attack, or are you
Yeah.
wanting... Okay.
Yeah, I want to like jump and just like tackle him to the ground.
Go ahead and make an athletics check. You have advantage because you're raging.
29.
Critical.
Yeah, that'll beat my 21. Okay, so you drop down. For all intents and purposes, you are standing in the space that he's in, and I'm shifting him so that he's underneath you, prone. Technically, if he gets up, he will be free to move to any of the squares he's adjacent to. But yeah, you're landing on top of him. That's one attack. If you have extra attack, you can make a second one now that he's prone.
Yeah. I'm gonna take my axe and just come down on him.
All right. And as was keenly mentioned, he's still got the bonus from parry from using his reaction before. Let me double check that actually. No, it's just for the one attack. Never mind. It's not like shield.
I'm gonna do a devastating strike. Take
Okay.
minus AC, do an additional 1d10.
Are you gonna make it? Oh, you already have advantage. You don't have to make it reckless. You're attacking a prone target.
28.
Hits. So we're looking at 11, 3, and then for devastating, it's a D10 extra, right? So go ahead and roll a D10. Oh, never mind. On the right side is your D10. It's already in there. It's a 2. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Got it. Okay. Swashbuckler does nothing. The Dragonborn will... gotta grab him. Use half his movement to stand up. Do me a favor, Andy, since it's probably going to affect you the hardest. Go ahead and roll me a d6. Okay. He is going to breathe into the room, and I'm pretty sure he's only going to be able to get you. Yeah, there's no way I can finagle that to not get just you. So go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
What's he spitting? Lightning?
Fire. Yeah, very strange to see a blue dragonborn spitting flame. To be
Yeah,
sure.
I was like, this isn't in the texts.
Yeah, it's very, very strange. Dexterity saving throw successful. You're going to take only 9 points of damage from this one. And that'll still prompt a concentration saving throw. DC 10.
I'm so close to down, guys. I missed.
Okay. Ping, 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 ping. Everybody loses the pattern.
Shit.
You can see the Dragonborn's teeth kind of grin. As he does so, you can see kind of fire kind of brush out of it, and you can also see kind of lightning cackling around the sides of his lips. Yes, very strange to be sure. Okay. He is going to attack. He would know based on his Arcana training, that the echo is an echo. F it. I'm gonna go ahead and make one attack against each of you.
He can breathe and attack in the same turn.
Breathe is a bonus action for him.
Ooh, he's a strong boy.
Yeah, he a big boy. Greatsword attack against Tully will be it's the lowest roll I've rolled all night. That's 11.
That's a miss.
Yeah.
Oof, Jesus Christ, you almost killed me.
Attack on the echo. Yeah, that hits. It's down, right? It just,
What did you? Yeah.
23 to hit.
Yeah. It just disappears.
Okay. And then attack on Jug. 15 probably misses, right? Yeah, misses. Okay. Cool. He is done with his turn. He is going to move into the Echo Knight space, though. And that's it for him. The wizard will take their turn. You see them unfasten the horn and reach up for it. Since there's a person adjacent to him, you can immediately make a strength athletics check to wrestle it away from him. Doing so will forfeit your action on your next turn.
There's no chance I could use like acrobatics to like kick it out of his hand or something.
No, you are literally having to grab it and keep it away from his lips.
So it's.
He's a wizard. You have a good
halfling
chance.
wizard?
It's not a halfling.
Yeah,
That's an elf.
Oh, sorry. Wait, that's an elf? Oh, traitor scum. Yeah, I'll grab it from him.
Okay. So make a strength athletics check versus their attempt to try and avoid.
I got a 4, but I will use my bardic inspiration.
Roll a d10.
because I feel like this is important.
That could help out here. Yeah.
12.
I said to myself, I rolled a 10. I'm hard pressed to see if you're going to be able to finagle this or mess this up, and then you rolled a 4. So I was happy for a second, but then you rolled an 8. So you have a 12 and they have a 10. So you beat them.
Nice.
You are.
Oh, bless Tully.
Your action on your next turn, okay, is the wrestling portion. So I will explain to you on your turn what you can do in that process. If it is disengaged from the wrestling bit, they will immediately blow the horn. Okay? So we're having a weird sub-fight that's different than the game. That said, the wizard done, the captain, now available, sees that you are messing with their wizard and will attack you in the legs and back. What's your armor class?
18.
Yeah, that's a lot of missing on my end. So yeah, no big deal. Someone swinging at you, you just kind of.
I was gonna say he probably sees like my cloth garb and he's like, "Oh, this will be easy," and then he just ding ding. Wait, what? Just because we're in armor.
Oh no! And then that's that for the captain. It'll go to Tully. Yeah, you are definitely wounded. Your concentration's kind of blown, staggering back. The Dragonborn seems to be kind of focused on you and Jub at this point. And again, it does seem that they have some sort of feature that allows them to attack you if you cast a spell while adjacent.
I'm dimensioning door out of here. I'm about to die and I can't help anybody if I'm.
Where do
dead,
you
so
want
I'm
to
gonna
teleport to?
back to the boat,
Okay.
and then I'll come back when I hate
The
myself.
boat that's on the rocks, or the boat that was left underneath the which boat?
Let's say the boat, the further boat, whatever the further boat.
The boat
is.
you actually know where it's located. Okay,
Yeah.
Perfect. Because the other one you didn't know exactly where. Poof.
So that's my action. God
Correct.
damn it! I'll be back.
All right. Oh, sorry. You cast a spell near me, so I still get to attack you.
Oh, gotta be kidding me!
I rolled a 1. But I want to. I'm just gonna screen grab it and post it on the Discord.
It's all right.
I just want to make sure you understand how lucky you are tonight.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
so-
feeling sort of lucky. I don't know.
Feeling kind of hurt. So Tully done. It'll go to the first mate, who is bleeding and dead. It'll go to the bosun, who... What the hell's going on? He says in common, looks down at the elf and says, "Ah, elves!" Jumps down and will attack. He is holding a hammer, and he's pulling he's pulling the hammer off his belt as he comes into the fray, and it looks like he has a hook on his belt as well. What's your armor class?
15.
Yes, I only got a 14 on that. I knew yours was lower though, but yeah, that's a miss with the light hammer. Okay. It looks like as he kind of spins around, he's reaching for the hook to draw it during the next turn. All right. At the top of this initiative, or rather the bottom of this initiative, all of the doors open. And you see that there are kobolds coming out.
Fuck.
They appear to have shields made out of blue dragon scales, but they appear to be kind of reddish in color. All right. Corfax, you are on the docket.
Didn't you say we're dancing over here or something? You said you had something special.
Sorry, you're right. Apologies. So, okay. Since you committed to this with your reaction and basically are forfeiting your action for this. So you have 3 options. 3. Option 1 is to maintain the current level of status. And if you do that, they cannot do anything until their turn besides try to escape your current grapple of them. And then we'll reroll athletics versus acrobatics to see who maintains the power here. Option 2, you can attempt to force them to the ground. Now, there is a possibility that they could get the horn to their lips in this process, but if you manage to get them pinned, they will have no action and will be restrained during their next turn. And the third option you have is to forfeit and allow them to blow the horn. So you can attempt to leave it as status quo, get them to a more defenseless position, or just quit this fight.
And there's no way I can like completely yank it into my possession.
So yeah, the getting them onto the ground and pulling it away from them, that's a part of that. Yeah, sorry.
That's what. Yeah, I want to take the horn, so
Got
I
it.
have it.
So you're wanting to basically get them pinned to a point where you can remove it from them. So you're going to make a strength athletics check versus my dexterity acrobatics, and whoever wins will move from there. Well,
Oh my god, I got an 8. I'm not strong. I'm quick. Do flips and stuff.
I got a 6. So these two very not strong individuals, elves, if you will.
Twig-armed
Yeah, it's like
elves.
people who have never lifted anything in their life fall to the ground in a knocking of chairs, and ultimately the horn is in your hands, and they are under you, being restrained by you. The swashbuckler behind you, because you'll now be in the dead guy's space. The swashbuckler behind you and the captain may be able to get more free reign on you, but you're not prone. You're kind of holding them down. Okay, and you have the horn here. You have the horn.
I still have a bonus action.
Yeah.
All that. Cool. I teleport away using the blessing of Imrider, which is just the blessing of the Raven Queen feature. So I misty step away.
Gotcha.
Let's go. Let's help Jub because these guys are pirates, right? They're not gonna fight very hard once the captain, this guy's dead. I hope.
Sounds possible. Okay.
And my movement, I'll just kind of step up here.
Sure. The bosun seems to really hate elves. Speaking of that hatred, Minras, the bosun is coming at you with the light hammer. What are you going to do in response?
Gosh. Bonus action, disengage. I'm just gonna hop over the railing here, hop down here, and swap one of my chakrams for my dragon dagger.
Okay.
And do a double dagger attack on this dragonborn guy right here. So,
All right.
What's his name? Corfax. Corfax has the horn, right?
Appears to have the horn, yep.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, so here goes my dagger attack with the extra damage from my chakram, and then I'm gonna do. Oh wait, no, I already used my bonus action. So.
And to give you an idea for narrative purposes, the Dragonborn swung at Tully, and Tully was finishing up a spell and went, "Ah!" and then disappeared in kind of like a blanket of Fey like magic, shifting through the Feywild through the door to the other side. And you watch him kind of slam the sword into the door frame and kind of creak it out of the wood with that fumble, and kind of look over his shoulder as Shadow Knight appears and Minrus drops down, and his attention stays focused on the horn, and he's kind of like, "That's my target."
So, even if I miss with an attack, can I still use one of my powers?
So you have to use your power before you make the attack. You have to declare that you're using it.
Okay. I would riposte attack.
Sure.
I'm still disengaged, so I'm gonna move through the combat and end up over here where Tully was.
You can't move. Yeah, you can move around in it. Got it. All out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that's my turn.
Got it. All right. Then it'll go to Jub.
I think I'm just gonna have to grapple him. Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna grapple me.
Yes,
The
sir.
big boy.
All right. Go ahead and make a strength athletics check with advantage, and I'll make an athletics check without advantage. I double crit.
19.
Yeah. He shoves you off. You still have a second attack though.
I'll just screw it. Reckless. That one attack. Devastating strike.
Get him.
17.
So, real quick, again, when it comes to taking the attack action, at the beginning of it, you want to say what power you're using, not during.
Right, I did before the attack.
Yeah, that would include the grapple as well. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
No worries.
I thought-
But yeah, you said you missed.
Yeah, 17.
Okay, it'll go to the swashbuckler, who will, seeing the situation as it stands, hop over the table next to the bosun, kind of looking down. Who's on not push to talk? Someone keeps chiming in. It's weird. Anyways, sorry, being pedantic. Once they get to there, it looks like they take the dodge action. It'll go to the Dragonborn, captain of the individuals here. Again, like I said, my focus is changed. It is on the Echo Knight. So since you're my target, go ahead and roll a d6. See if I recover my Dragon Breath.
I rolled a 3.
I do not. Okay, so I will, on this turn, since I feel like I'm doing pretty good on my hit points, I am just going to beat the shit out of you. Before I do, I will cast a bonus action spell, and you watch as he kind of drops the blade down and kind of pulls it along like the front of him. As he passes it in front of the strange symbol on his chest, which you recognize as the holy symbol of Soland, the god of dragons, kind of breaches it that way. The blade ignites into flame, and then swings the blade in at you.
Cool.
First attack is a 15 misses. Second attack is a 19, which I think will do the trick.
Yeah.
9 slashing, 6 fire.
Just give me the total at the end. I'm
So-
having it all.
Okay. How so?
Blessing of Imritter.
Oh, right.
I'm even more of a ghost than usual.
15 is the total damage that I've dealt, so it'll be a total of actually having both results. It'll be 4 and 3, 7 total. All right. He only got one of his 3 attacks in on you, which he seems to be very aggravated about. But the flame seems to linger. It does look like he cast some sort of divine spell in that regard. Out of character note, his radiant damages for his paladin features are changed to fire for it being cool. So that's him. It'll go to the wizard, who will cast spells. Alright, I'm going to cast a spell targeting the Echo Knight. After standing up and kind of looking up over the table, I will cast a 19 hits, right?
Yep, 19 hits.
All right, you watch as a
Does he
bolt.
have cover because he's lower?
Um.
I'm 7 feet down.
Oh, sorry, I hadn't moved her. Yeah, she would have moved over to this area, but yeah. Nah. I don't think there's a position that she would have gone into. So yeah, you have cover. So 19 will +2 for cover. You have a 20 AC, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll miss. A bolt of lightning comes flaring at you. You kind of duck behind the railing as it kind of hits the metal rail, and then kind of cascades off to the side, smashing into the barrels. It appears to have been some sort of witch bolt, which you've seen plenty of elves cast before, probably in your day. The captain, seeing the situation, hops up onto the stub, and from that position does a flip, kicking himself head over heels out and landing onto the table. And let me just make sure. I want to make my acrobatics checks for these. Yeah, success. And then he is going to flip from there into your group. And he's going
He's very spry for an old man.
Yeah, and he is going to nail it. He lands right there. So you see him hop, and then flip down into the group with his weapons ready to go. And he is going to... he's wielding a longsword, two-handed. He's going to swing it into the Echo Knight. Miss and miss. Yeah, not too good on the attack rolls versus the Shadow Man.
I am a ghost.
Ghost! Oh no! Tully outside taking a breather.
Tully is gonna heal herself and then head back in.
Okay.
So we're gonna do.
Get out of there and just throw the horn in the water.
29.
She doesn't have the horn. The Echo Knight does.
No, that's what I'm saying. I said, Steven.
So you heal yourself, and then are you just flying into the place?
So let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can't make it all the way, but 35. I think I'm right here, maybe.
Sounds good. All right. It'll go to the first mate, who is dead and has been dead for some time. The bosun will rush, jump over the rail, down next to his captain. Drawing the hook as he does so, he'll make an attack with each of his weapons. Missing with the hammer, hitting with the hook. So as he comes in with the hammer, you kind of bring your arm up to block, and it kind of hits, and you watch as the head kind of flies off the top of it. And so now he's holding just like the stick of the hammer, and as he kind of flings back, he kind of just lets it go, realizing it's a waste. And then he brings the hook in and kind of slams it into you. You take 4 piercing damage, but as he kind of hits into you, you feel him kind of snag into your clothes. Incorporeal as they may be, it seems like they catch. You'll take 2 piercing damage because of the halving, but it seems he's got you in a grapple hold with that hook. And as his hand has become free,
How precarious.
as his hand has become free from the hammer being discarded, you see him kind of grab both hands on the hilt of that hook and like, ah! All right, on the low docket of the initiative, the kobolds rush in with their shields. That kobold moves in and seems to take the dodge action. And this kobold rushes in and does no dodge action. This kobold rushes in and charges for the door, seeming to try and kind of get in front of it and block it off. And then these 2 kobolds rush in and look like they're trying to block the passageway to the ships out that way. All right. As they all kind of flood in, you realize you're pretty well surrounded in the Corfax. It seems that you are the main target of the people who are close to you's annoyance.
Sorry, I can take it. Is the guy we've been beating on? Is he looking worse for wear? Is he like
It's not even near bloodied.
Wow, he's just a man. Oh man, he's a man.
He's a big boy. Challenge rating 12. If that helped you try and factor anything in.
Yeah, you're trying to kill us.
All right. So new plan. Let's kill his minions. It's terrifying. All right. So. All right. Bonus action. I'm gonna resummon my echo up here next to their wizard.
You should be able to drag and drop it, but give it a go. If you can't, let me know.
Oh, I got it. Perfect. Thank
Perfect.
you. And let's see.
Or is it dragon drop? Do you get it? Dragon? Do you get it?
It's
I
not
do,
funny.
but we don't like dragon.
It's not so funny when you're beating us up.
All right,
Sorry.
so let's try to get some damage on these guys. I'll do another activation of Unleash Incarnation.
Okay.
So I'll be making attacks against. Let's go against the Boatswain because she's got me hooked. And
Ah.
then the Echo will attack the Wizard because that's a Wizard.
Okay. Give me them attacks.
16 against the Boatswain.
Boatswain has really low AC. That'll do it.
13 against her.
An immediate bloodying right off the bat.
All right, now attack against the Wizard. 15 against the Wizard.
15 will hit the wizard. However, they will cast a spell as a reaction. Shield pulses in between you, or the Echo, and her, and blocks it.
All right, second attack against the Boatswain. 28.
Definitely hits.
12.
Drops to the ground.
All right, and then I'm going to switch, seeing the shield, and I'm not an idiot, I'm going to attack this guy instead, because there's a big blue shield in front of the wizard.
Real quick, so they're like holding onto the hook. You kind of drop the blade into their shoulder, and they kind of back away bleeding. Then you bring the scimitar in and cut their hands off of the hook. The hands go lopping off to the side. The hook remains in your clothes. And then the ghost thing kind of sees the shield get blocked, spins around and flourishes the blade past the shield into the mage for the damage.
9 slashing.
Kind of causes them to back away, but it's just kind of a glancing, oh, whoop, no, not dead. Not dead.
I was like, oh, hell,
You're like,
okay.
I'm doing pretty good. No, just it's a slight wound. They're not bloodied. Sorry.
Everything's looking precarious, boys.
Pretty
Is
bad
this the time to
situation.
get real? I think this
Oh,
is time to use resources, yeah?
As you kind of
Oh yeah.
focus in on the dragon born and kind of look at him, and you're like, oh, he is beefy. You also realize that the kobold behind him has basically locked its shield near him and is prepared to jump into the way and block. When they took the dodge action, it seems they're extending themselves to assist in deflecting shots to the boss. So that said,
Which kobold?
the one that's diagonal adjacent. So that one
Okay.
there.
Well, I'm gonna action surge, and let's keep these attacks going. Why not,
Give it.
right? So let's switch targets to Grandpa
Captain.
Backflip over here.
It's a good name.
A critical strike,
Go ahead,
and I
give me the
get my
damage.
sneak attack as a big jubs.
So that'll be your your critical damage would be 6 maximized, so it would just be 6. And then I don't know why you're doing +7 on your crit roll. It should just be 6, not 8. So 15 plus 15 is 30. Okay. So
Sorry, I fixed the macro.
no worries. As he kind of like hits and kind of swings into you, and you kind of back him away, he kind of brusquely hits back. You smash the boatswain in the shoulder, spin the blade, cut his hands off. He falls to the ground. You spin your attention in a surge of speed. The shadow's kind of trailing off of you, and you bring the scimitar straight into his chest and hit him back. And he kind of and just starts bleeding a bunch. And he's kind of barely holding onto his longsword with one hand. He is standing, but he is very well wounded. Your second attack of your second attacks.
Shadow Boy has to keep attacking too.
Yep. Go ahead and give me the mage shot. Hit.
19. 8.
It's bloodied, but still standing.
All right, and then my last round of attack.
Go with it.
13 to the captain
No,
and 25 to the mage.
definitely.
An 8 to the mage.
All right. So as you kind of knock the old man back, he kind of and like kind of loses one hand on his sword. As you bring the blade in, he kind of locks weapons with you, and the sword guards kind of clink together, and he kind of pushes you back a bit. And then as that's happening, an exact replica of your first attack goes past the shield of the mage, cuts into her chest, and she spirals to the ground. Corfax is done, right?
Yeah, and breathing heavy, boys. That was
Hell of a turn.
pretty exhausting.
Minros, again, it definitely looks like your point of entrance into the fight is either going to be something very high sprung jumpy, or out the way your friends
Right.
came in.
Oh, I figured it'd be best to sort of like block him in. So you said this kobold is like looking ready to defend the big dragonborn.
Correct.
Cool. I'm gonna go all daggers in on that guy,
All right.
attacking the kobold. So
First,
dragon tooth dagger.
For expedition, he has a 15 AC.
Okay.
the
So
kobold.
dragon tooth dagger.
Hit.
And I'm gonna use my not my riposte strike, the other one.
The one that lets you move.
Yeah. So let me see. So that's going to be like that. So 20 sneak attack damage, 7 piercing, 4 acid, and then an extra 1d4 plus 4.
27, 31. It'll just be the 4, not the plus 4.
Okay.
So it'll be
34 damage.
Yeah. He's still just barely standing. They
Bonus action, hit him with the shock him again.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit. And I don't think you can roll low enough damage. Oh wait, no, sorry. You don't do sneak attack, and you don't have 2-weapon fighting style, so you're only doing 4 damage here.
No, that's fine, but it's still 4 damage.
Yeah, I was adding your dexterity modifier for the potential of just auto killing, but he's still standing.
Jesus.
And you know what you did? Do you know what you did
I
to him?
chatted him.
You chatted him. Jub.
I rolled
It
really
wouldn't be
good damage.
it wouldn't be a game of D&D if there wasn't a chatting. By
So
chat.
he was attacking the kobold, right?
Yes, to your left.
Okay.
And then I also get 10 feet of movement.
And this does not provoke opportunity attacks, correct?
Yeah, but I can't really.
You can move through your ally space, and if you want, I'll let you make an acrobatics check if you want to flip up onto the railing at the either side next to Jub. You want to do that?
Yeah. So I'll end up
Acrobatics.
over there.
DC's 15. Yep. So you kind of hit the kobold, knock him back. You think he's dead. You kind of rush into Jub's space, hop onto his shoulders, and then kind of kip over him and land kind of like with a full moon kind of flip onto the other side of the railing. Sick. Jub.
Sick.
All right. So, like, seeing him attack the kobold there, like, I just kind of want to drop my axe down to my side and, like, reach out and grab the kobold's skull and try to crush it.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll with just make a regular attack roll. Just strength with proficiency. So strength saving throw. Yeah. Okay. So the thing you just described happens. You reach over to the kobold that just got cut into, who's kind of just on, its last leg. You grab it by the head and squish, and then drop the massive scale and meat to the ground.
And then I want to attack Grandpa. Jump.
Okay. And I'm assuming this is still in devastating, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, you didn't
Lucky number.
reckless, but the damage is sufficient. As he kind of like walks blades behind him, just big old battle axe smashes him in the back, and he drops to the ground.
Nice. That was the Dragonborn?
Yep. No, not the Dragonborn. Not even close. The old man.
Okay, and then I want to move 5 feet, shuffle over. So,
Okay. The swashbuckler will attack with one of their attacks, a dagger attack, at the Echo Knight.
Like me or my shade?
The shade. That hits. It doesn't need to roll damage. It's
Just
dead.
disappears. But for how long?
And then steps in next to you, and in Elvish says, "Nice moves." Draws the blade and brings it in towards you, Minraz. This time I'm going to make sure it doesn't roll out in the open. Because I roll a lot better when I hide it from you, because I'm a coward. I rolled a 10, though. And that's going to miss.
I say to him in Elvish, I wish I could say the same for you.
It's a lady. But fair enough.
But yes, I say to them in Elvish.
Yeah, and they cry. The Dragonborn, seeing the situation as it stands, still really wants that horn. So instead of fighting you, because you seem to have a decent amount of defense, first things first, go ahead and roll a d6. Let's see if I get my breath back.
I rolled a 6.
I do get my breath back.
Oh no.
All right. I am going to change it up. I'm going to step into Old Man's face. I'm going to fix that so he's visible. There we go. And then I am going to breathe a cone like so. I will also hit my kobold. I would like for Minras and let me double check what the saving throw is. Sorry.
Will it the cone like wrap up 7 feet?
This one will. So hold on a second. I'll explain here in a minute. Bear with me. I just want to make sure I'm making them make the right saving throw.
Sorry, this guy's got all the breaths.
He's a.
I don't know what he's gonna do next.
He's the knight of the 5-headed goddess. Yeah, he can breathe whatever he wants. Yeah. Salond is the chromatic and metallic and all other dragons as one. But you have to worship one half of the coin. And this one worships chrome. That said, I was looking for a thing. And it is... Yeah, I shouldn't have picked this one, but it's the only way I could get up to him. So, Constitution saving throws from the two of you.
Four games.
Really?
Yeah, I rolled real bad.
Wow, that's real bad. Okay, cool. So the two of you will be taking, because you both failed, 18 poison damage. And you are poisoned for 1 minute. At the end of each of your turns, you can make a saving throw to get rid of the poison. And, yep, that is it for it. Pirate Wizard is a lump of
Can I
meat.
use dodge?
Uncanny Dodge does not work against Constitution saving throws effects. Uncanny Dodge is against attack rolls. It says there.
Oh, okay. So, I'm sorry. So how much damage did I take?
18.
Does the kobold look terribly affected? Like, see,
Yeah. Poisoned.
He's wheezing.
Yep. He takes the brunt of it. Did not meet the DC. But yeah, the pirate captain is also a chunk of meat. Tully.
This is not good.
Yeah, this is definitely not the way you want to go with it.
Yeah. Oh well, I did the best I could to start.
Sure.
Anyway, Tully's gonna do dissonant whispers on the one right in front of him.
Okay. Saving throw DC is
17.
fail, so 12 damage, and I have to run away from you, right?
Use your full movement to
On my
all
turn.
the way away. Yep.
Got it. That'll be on 1, so it'll go to the first mate, who is also deceased, the bosun, who is also deceased, and then the kobolds. Okay. Rushes away. You hear 2 barking in Draconic behind him. You hear another barking in Draconic from the boss. That one will
Where you
move
going, fool?
there.
Right.
And then this one will, as you say, where are you going, fool, walk into the room with you.
No. That's what I thought that the others were saying to him.
Oh. I thought you were chiding me.
No, I was
Okay.
not.
Let's see.
What did they say in Draconic?
Coward to the one who
See,
ran
that's
away.
exactly what I said.
And then the big one said, to me. And then that's where they're going.
Corfax said, no. Can I acrobatics up to
Well, hold on.
this base?
Sorry, I still have kobold turns. I'm still...
Oh, sorry. They're not on the initiative. It's
Yeah.
Just a bit confused. Okay. Now he's took my spot.
Well, again, there's nowhere for me to get there with that, so he's going to move close to the swashbuckler to lend his defensive feature to them. So they both take the dodge action, and then this one will move in here, like so, and do likewise. So it looks like all of the kobolds, except for the one that ran away, are taking the dodge action. All right, now it's your go, Corfax. Sorry.
All right. So these two are healthy. That one's down there is poisoned.
Oh, sorry, saving throw against that. Failure. Still poisoned.
All right. You can't move through units with disengage, or you can?
You cannot.
But it looks like you got a clear path out of the room.
I'm not trying to leave. Can't leave all those traitors and dragons asunder.
Yeah, but you could go into the accountant's room and throw the horn out the door or out the window. So it's no longer a game of, if I fall down, they get the horn. It's a game of they'll never get the horn and we can do our job here.
I mean, I was already thinking the second one, and I got to keep the horn, but maybe that's just my overconfidence.
Believe in yourself. I believe in you as well. Do what you want.
Alright, I will bonus action disengage, because you guys make a good point.
And chuck the horn out the window.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'll throw the horn as far as I can out into the ocean.
Okay.
And how much movement did that cost me?
30.
Darn, it did cost me 30. But that was a bonus action. Do I still have my regular movement?
Well, you bonus action disengaged and then you moved. Disengage just says you don't take opportunity attacks when you do move.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I guess I just take the dodge action then.
Okay. Well, no, your action would be throwing the horn. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's my turn.
Minrus.
I want to use my Death Strike.
Go with it.
I'm gonna move down here and basically end up over here. I'm gonna do double dagger attack on that kobold, and then offhand with my. I know I'm doing all this with disadvantage because I'm poisoned.
Yeah.
Attack. Hits.
Yeah. This is against the poison kobold.
Yeah.
Kill. You kind of reach in, kind of drag the dragon tooth into the side of his head as he's focused on the fight up there, and then watches as that guy runs past. You just bing and drop him to the ground.
It's like I leap over him, and as I land, I just drive the dagger straight into his head and just drag him down to the ground.
Just a nice
And
pop.
then, no one in range for me to bonus action attack.
You said you disengaged,
So-
though, right?
No, I use my Death Strike.
Oh, no, sorry. So if you jumped down against him, the swashbuckler would have swung at you.
That movement does not provoke opportunity attack.
Hold on. You're right. Sorry. Lots of different classes going around.
So now I'm in this room, and I still got a bonus action, so I'm going to pop around the corner here.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm assuming nobody can see me. I'm going to use my bonus action to hide.
Okay.
And as I do, I say to Korvax, are you okay?
Yes.
He's probably in the end stages of like a baseball pitching throw, and you can just see like a ting. Well, actually, make an athletics check to see how far it goes.
Oh no. Can I throw it in the air and then kick it with my legs and make it acrobatic?
Fine.
Yay.
So you soccer kick that horn out, and you just see like a bing off in the distance. Your stealth is, you think, sufficient.
Saving throw?
For poisoned, yes. Constitution, please. Success. Chub.
I'm going to step Is the save at the beginning or the end?
Did you take the poison damage?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at your token. You haven't taken any damage. How are you notating that? Cheating?
Yeah, no.
I think that's like one of the first times I've hit you for damage anyways, so...
Yeah, no. You've only hit me for
It was 18 poison, so just or it'd been half, so 9.
9, and then you hit me for 12, so 21. I've only taken 20.
Okay. So then, yeah, you're going in and you're fighting against the Dragonborn?
Yeah, I'm putting everything into him, reckless.
Okay, you have disadvantage for the attack as well because of the kobold that's guarding him, so you'll just attack straight.
Kobold that's dead on this side?
So there's one behind him. They just have to be adjacent to him.
But he's up 7 feet.
Yeah, no. This one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this guy is not defending. This one's defending her.
So then reckless just makes a straight attack.
Yep.
Right? Okay.
But you will have the penalty of being... You grant him advantage when he attacks you.
Yeah, that's fine. Ah!
2 misses. Alright, Swashbuckler will go. Seeing the advantage you're making by swinging wide shots, will drop down on top of... Hold on. The kobold corpse. And I'm going to go ahead and swing. Miss, even with advantage. And miss, even with advantage.
What'd you roll? My AC is a 16 right now.
Yeah, a 14 and a 14, and then the last one's a 19. So I got the last one, which will do 10 piercing. So 5.
5.
Yeah. And then big boy. Somebody roll a d6. See if I get my recharge. Go ahead and make it you, Chris. Go ahead. No recharge.
And then I forgot to roll my poison.
Yeah, I've gotten really lucky on the recharging, by the way, so it's been pretty good.
15 on that poison.
You're no
terrible.
You're no longer poisoned. Let's see. All right, so I'm just gonna smash you. I think I'm gonna Divine Smite in one of these. First one is a hit. Second one is a miss, even with advantage, and last one is a hit only because of advantage. First one, I'll go ahead and pop the smite. He's still Divine Favoring from when he cast it before. So it'll be 21, so half will be 10. And then he will smite for 11 more, so 5. So you should have 15 for the first attack. And the second attack that got through will do 10 total, so half will be 5. So a total of 20 real damage getting in. Alright. And it'll go to Wizard's dead, Captain's dead. Tully, you are up.
Wizard's dead, Captain's dead.
It does look like you're looking at a big bunch of just kobold butts. Yeah.
So the one directly to the south of the Dragonborn is dead?
Everything that's X'd out would be the dead, yeah.
So just a couple of Dragonborn is what you're saying, right?
There's a Dragonborn and a couple of kobolds, yeah.
Right. Alright. So I'm going to bonus action, Bardic Inspiration, Jub.
Okay. You can see Jub from there?
Yep.
Okay.
Actually I need to take a step in if I want to see.
Okay.
And then I want to do Dissonant Whispers on this one over here.
Again, okay.
I mean, it worked pretty well last time.
Yeah, he's gonna biff on that one. Go ahead and what's the damage?
Let's do it at level 2. Oh boy, 12.
Alright. Just to save me the trouble, on his turn he is going to move, rush out the door, and disappear out into the darkness. And the door shuts behind him. Just get that out of the way. First mate's dead, bosun's dead, kobolds go. Kobold's going to step in, take the dodge action. Kobold up above is going to be confused as to what he's supposed to do, and he's going to rush down. And as he kind of gets to here, do you want to make an opportunity attack or no? Tully.
Make an opportunity attack against which one?
The kobold rushing past you.
Screw it. No.
Okay. Yep, doesn't seem to notice you, and just rushes to next to the boss, taking a dash action to get there. And Corfax, it is your up. Yeah, it definitely looks like the fight is going to be kept here, based on your actions from before.
Let me, oh, that's not a doorway. There we go. Sorry.
Jub looks pretty messed up. Minras next to you doesn't look too bad. You definitely know Tully might have recovered a bit. The Swashbuckler, the Dragonborn, and 2 Kobold Dragon Shields are what you're looking face to face at right now.
Jub's bleeding, but still mad.
Like,
He's not
I'm
bleeding.
good. I'm not quite bloody.
But as long as he's angry, he's good. That's my knowledge.
We have that
of
nuclear option.
his fighting
Jub.
style.
Oh, and out of
It's just,
character,
as long as he's mad, he's.
quick note, out of character note for you, Edwards. This is turn 4 of your rage that you just used. So this coming turn will be turn 5. You have a total of 10 turns, 1 minute of rage. So once that's expended, you'll have to use your bonus action to refresh it.
I'll step here. Bonus action, summon the shade. We'll summon up here.
Don't need to ping for me. Just drag him and drop him.
And then I will make. Let's take out the Swashbuckler. She's gonna know.
What's your con modifier?
3.
So you got one more of the activations.
Yeah, I have one more activation of Unleash Incarnation. I can manifest him as many times as
Yeah,
want.
I know it.
Alright, but yeah, Swashbuckler, get him. Me. Sorry, 21. I guess I have 2 attacks anyways.
Yeah, both will hit. Give me that damage.
Yeah, sorry. Just roll 20 lagging.
I understand. Oh.
So okay, there no.
Let's go with the 21.
10.
It's the first 2, right?
Yeah, so 10 and 11, and then let's do 10 with the sneak attack, because maybe that kills.
Not at all.
16 still standing,
Yeah.
and another 11.
And then they're still standing after that too. All right.
Oh wow.
Minris.
All right. I'm gonna pop around the corner here. It looks like my way is blocked, so I'm just gonna lay into this person.
Okay.
I was hidden. I'm not sure if they knew I was there or not, but I'm just, gonna go in with a dagger in one hand, chakram in the other.
Go with it.
I'm assuming that hits.
You're attacking the Swashbuckler, yeah.
So
19, 27, 30, 3. Still standing.
plus an extra 1d4.
Still standing.
Then offhand with the chakram.
Bring it. Yeah. Don't roll damage. Oh, actually, do roll damage because you have to roll dice for this. Go ahead and roll whatever it is. It is your night, my friend. It is your
I chatted him
fucking.
again?
It is your fucking night. 6 hit points remaining.
Well, that was only 1 because that was an offhand attack and it added my dex modifier.
Yeah. Oh. So even it's not a true chatting then.
It's not a true chatting.
Perfect.
But that was a riposte strike.
Got it.
I
Yeah.
don't have any more movement, so.
That's
Well, I guess I could have done a. Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna stick in the fight.
no problem. Jub.
I'm gonna swing at the lady.
Go with it. That's, that's the noise that she's making right now as you're attacking her. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit dead. Alright.
And then I'll throw the other attack at this kobold.
Okay. Miss. Okay. Swashbuckler's dead. Dragonborn is up. Annoyed at your nature here. Chris, go ahead and roll me a d6. Alright. No cool kids. So I'm just going to go in ham. Yep.
He's so cute.
Yep. And yep. So damage-wise, give you a big total and half. I'll give you the half total. So 9 half would be 4. 14, 15 half would be 7. So we're looking at 7, 4 is 11. So 7, 4 is 11. And then 10 and 3 is 13. Half would be 6. So 17 total damage from the 3 attacks. And that should bloody you, right?
Just barely, but yeah.
Okay. Alright. Deck Wizard's dead. Captain's dead. Tully?
Okay, Tully, step in just a little teeny weeny bit here.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna try that thing again. We're gonna use unsettling words one more time. Let's see how that goes. So this.
Yep.
Right, and then we're gonna try vicious mockery on the Dragonborn.
Okay. Go ahead and roll D10 for the Bardic Inspiration.
Come on. Oh, cry!
And you're using what power?
Vicious mockery.
You're...
Oh, so I wanted to use Jinx Shot.
Got it. Go ahead and roll. Yep. And Wisdom saving throw.
-1.
I'm good.
God damn.
I'm good. If it was a -3 or better, it would have.
Yeah, I mean that
Got it.
D10's killing me.
Yeah. Okay. Done with your turn. Correct.
I'd like to move outside of the door.
Okay. All right.
Be like actually right there.
Okay. So at the bottom of the initiative, the kobolds will kind of position themselves there. Tully and everyone present, you hear seems to be coming from the eastern side of the like out on the dock on the eastern side of the structure.
Is that a dragon horn?
It sounds like the dragon horn. It's a very loud horn that's being blown. It's probably coming out from out on the docks where that kobold ran.
So they had more than one horn then.
Right.
Alright. Disengage.
Yeah, you know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will leave. I will run out. I will eventually dive into the water and then bonus action hide, like in the darkness of the waves.
Okay. Minras?
I can use my cunning action to dash, right?
Yep. No, not to dash, to disengage. Oh, you're not engaged. You can dash as well. Sorry. Go ahead.
But can I cunning action dash?
Yes. And you
Okay,
can action.
so-
You can action dash as well, so you can move
Yeah,
3
I'm
times
gonna,
your speed.
I'm gonna double dash, and I'm gonna say, that's it. We're out, and double dash, run over here, dive off into the water,
Okay.
and swim. Swim for the boat that we had tethered up by those rocks.
Jub.
Hearing the horn, I'll disengage.
Do you want to just take the opportunity attack and dash and go as fast as you can?
Yeah, let's do that.
Since you're raging anyways, and you're going to lose your rage after this turn. It would be preferred if he doesn't take a full itinerary. I don't have advantage on these attacks, so just a regular attack, and I do not believe a 15 hits. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna bolt and jump into the water, following everyone else. Okay.
Yeah.
And Tully, the Dragonborn, seeing the situation, will chase. But again, since we're moving into a little bit more narrative of piece, Tully, they don't seem to be focusing on you. Are you going to go back out the way you came in? Just fly
yeah.
back to the ship. Okay,
Yep.
so you'll all make it back to the craft before the minute conclusion. What you do end up seeing as you kind of get onto the boat and start concealing yourself in shadows is the Dragonborn's kind of standing in that same like hall, kind of looking around, and then every so often kind of breathes a different breath to kind of light up the area around him, and then look around. Fire at first, and then lightning, just kind of spewing energies to kind of see if he can see anything in the shadows. And he does not. But as you kind of get back onto the craft and start making your way, you realize two things of import. Well, three things of import. The third one, not so much of import, more for ha ha ha, laughy laughy. The first one is you did not acquire the Fang. You did not find it, you did not see where it was, you did not get it. So failure in that regard. Second, you did not defeat the master of the Pirates of the thing I named it, which I'm not looking at my notes right now, and I'm super lame naming things. So you did not succeed in that regard either. And lastly, you see that there's a boat not too far from you. Doesn't seem to notice you, and there's a single kobold in it who has lit a lantern and hung it from a hook at the front of the ship, who's rowing, and every so often stopping and going as all of the other ships start to kind of move towards the Rat King. The closest ships first, obviously. You escape in the cover of night with Shadow, and make it back to the edge of the area, heading back to the captain's
Should we
ship.
kill that kobold?
Yeah, I guess. If you have a range attack, and it's if you can fire it greater than 80 feet, I'll let you take a shot. He doesn't have very many hit points.
On a short bow.
I think its max range is 3 something, so I'll let you do it with disadvantage. But since you're
It's like
shooting
an
at
83-20, right?
since you're shooting at a target who doesn't know you're there, I'll let you do it with advantage, so it's even Stevens. So just make a single attack, see what you get. That'll hit. Yeah, that'll finish him. So yeah, he's at least dead. And
Just
then
like, you motherfucker, and just like put it right through his neck, and he's just like.
yep.
So did he row out and pick the horn up that I kicked into the ocean, or did he have like
No. There's a horn in the escape craft as well, but the only person who knows that horn is there to go and find it is the wizard. But since he was shifted out that way, ran as far as and fast as he could away from the bard, and out the door was it. He got into the boat and was going to get the fuck out of there, and he found it. So, yeah. That said, you escape back to the craft, and we will cover the aftermath pretty quickly here. So the captain is kind of wordless, doesn't really speak too much to the matter. And when you report back to Lady Aristotle, she is displeased. She definitely knows that this incursion and this failed attempt will cause more problems in the area at this point than she's wanting to deal with. And it seems like she's already planning the next step ahead that needs to be engaged in. And she says, to correct this mission, you will have to be very prepared, tempered and ready. If you fail me in this regard, we may lose everything that we have fought so hard for to this point. I cannot allow that to happen. And so I am telling you, I trust you that you will do this next mission. I may have some assistance to join you for it. But be prepared. Get some rest. In the next 6 days, I will tell you what your goal will be, and I'll send you off. And that is going to be the end of session 1. For those watching, if anybody is, these will be once a month for 4 to 5, maybe 6 months, depending on how it plays out. And yeah, they will kind of tell a narrative, but they are kind of session based as well. So this may have this has determined what the next session will be, the outcome of it. But if other patrons are interested in playing and some of these people aren't able to play next time, there will be a free ability to swap if you are a patron and you're watching. All right, well, thanks for watching, and I'm going to kill the stream, and I'll take questions afterwards. All right, here we go.